Thrilled to get a victory tonight over a really good, tough, well-coached, and talented Milwaukee team. I thought our guys played, for the second straight game, really, really well defensively in the first half. I thought our connectedness, our communication, understanding of our roles and personnel was exceptional. Second half we were not as clean, but give them credit. I thought Milwaukee hit an abundance of threes. They got to the basket. I mean, that's the kind of team they are. So to look at kind of a tale of two halves, 22 points for them in the first half, 49 in the second. But I really liked our guys' resilience. I thought we got a little stagnant on offense, but overall for the night, when you look, only 7 turnovers, shot 80% I think on free throws, and I thought they trusted each other down the stretch. You'd always like to probably manage the game better from the 10-minute mark to the 5-minute mark tonight, but against a really tough and talented team, I thought we had to dig down and make big plays on both ends in the last 2 minutes or so, and our guys did that, and that's, I think, the mark of a really good team. It's a mark of a veteran team, and I like looking in the huddle in guys' eyes and knowing that they believe in one another, they trust, and I thought everybody had contributions tonight. I thought our bench was really instrumental in that run in the first half. Ben, Ajani, Carter, Doof, and Dom, I thought all brought energy in different ways, and I thought that stretched out the lead. And thrilled to get a victory, and really appreciate all the fans. It was another fun atmosphere at Shawnee Arena.
Tim Hill, Region Summit. Just speak to Raheem's big night, not only individually tonight, but just passing career 1,500 and what he means to this program in just the short time he's been here.
Yeah, what a joy to coach. I mean, it's pretty crazy when you look at his story that he was playing here as a freshman at St. Mary's, and he doesn't care about accolades, but I certainly think that's something that you'll look back on. He'll look back on. 1,500 points is a lot of points, and he's such an unbelievable teammate. I mean, tonight I thought he had 4 offensive rebounds, and I thought just the basketball awareness and tipping balls, gaining possessions for us. He drew 10 fouls tonight, and so while everybody's going to look at the 23 points, and that was really big, he plays with competitive joy. That's one of the hallmarks of our program. He plays that way every single day in practice. He's, I think, grateful for this opportunity, and he's getting more and more comfortable, not just in our system, but as a leader. And I think our guys have the utmost respect for him, because the way he approaches the game is like a veteran, like a professional, really. And so thrilled for him on the accolade, but just also so proud of how he plays every single day.
Continuing with kind of the veteran guys and the composure they had out there, your 4 big veterans, they all had big plays down the stretch that might not be highlight plays, but were crucial, whether it's Parker's block, Brooks really keeping the guys together when it got chippy out there, and then Drake, he hit a big three, a couple big free throws late. Just talk about what those guys brought tonight.
Yeah, that's one of the nice things about having a veteran team. They've seen a lot, they've been through a lot of situations, and you're exactly right, Tim. I thought each one of them, Brooks came out, I thought he really sparked us on offense, which was great to see the ball go through the hoop a couple times. He does so many things, intangible things, leadership. But when he had 10 points tonight, Parker had a great first half offensively, but I thought he made some really good defensive plays in the second half. And then Drake, he doesn't always shoot the ball a lot, he doesn't always score a lot, but he just does so many things in every aspect of the game. And so I thought all of them tonight made those contributions where, coming down the stretch, it's a nice feeling to look out there and see 3 grad students and a 4th-year guy who, they're really smart basketball-wise, and they also trust one another. And again, I go back to that word a lot, because in those situations, when emotions get high, the crowd's into the game, you got to rely on, all right, what's our plan, what are our principles, and stick to that. And I thought they did a good job of that. We didn't score real efficiently in the second half, but I thought they managed the game, they took care of the ball, and they understood what we needed to do to win.
Raheem has started every game for you this year. When did you know that he was that type of player?
Well, I think anytime you have a new player, you're thinking about how to work him in. What I'm most impressed, if you watched him play at St. Mary's, he was a first-team All-American, and he did just about everything, right? Points, 25 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists, and not to mention he had the ball in his hands a lot. And so I think this year has been really good for him as a basketball player, because he's off the ball more. So he'd be the first to say, like, that's a different game, using screens, setting screens. But what I think he's doing exceptionally well, and some of those offensive rebounds tonight are examples of that. He's used to having the ball in his hands all the time at the end of every game, And sometimes he does for us, and tonight he was unbelievable. But when he doesn't, he's crashing the weak side, or he's setting a screen. And so, and he's just such a, he's curious. He wants to learn more about the game. So it really, you know, as great a scorer as he has been, he's so much fun to be around every day. And he really, I think it's, you know, we talk a lot about gratitude in our program, and I think he's grateful for this opportunity, right? He's been a phenomenal player since he was in high school, but he is seizing the opportunity of playing Division I basketball. And, you know, I think his ceiling is really, really high because he is continuing to get accustomed to playing with our guys, and he just, you know, his teammates love him. So it's fun to see.
Did you know his skills would translate to Division I level?
Yeah, we felt good bringing him in. I mean, you know, and it's probably appropriate that St. Thomas, who played 9 Division III guys, former Division III guys, or Division I players, but former guys that first year, and started 5 of them, you know, we knew what guys like Anders and Riley and Bert and Ryan and Parker and Brooks and, who am I forgetting, Kevin, Zach, and Will. I mean, those guys are all unbelievable Tommies, but Raheem had played, I mean, they joke because, you know, when he was playing here, Brooks was on the bench not playing on that team, and Parker was in the stands cheering. So, I mean, you talk about, like, what are the odds that those 3 guys will be out on a court playing Division I basketball together? It's pretty amazing, but I do think, you know, we've seen really good Division III players make this jump, and I think that the biggest challenge for him has been just, and not at all in a selfish way, just being off the ball more and understanding and learning how to do that. But I also think you see his passing, and his vision is incredible. And so that it's always fun to coach guys who love to pass, that, you know, he gets, I think, more joy out of that than scoring. So yeah, we felt really good, but he continues to get better and better. Again, I go back to, I'm really excited because, you know, over 9 games, he's improved a lot, and I think in game 31, I'm going to continue to say that.
Speaking of improvements, the last 2 games, you guys have been just phenomenal defensively, and you can see with the communication out there, rotations, and just being pesky on the ball. Has that been the focus since the Green Bay game, really hammering home on the defensive end?
Well, yeah, I think, you know, Kenny Lowe and Cam Rundles do an unbelievable job as assistant coaches, doing a lot of work with the defense. Coach Maker does a lot of the work with the offense, and we're obviously a team, and Josh and Dennis pitching in myriad ways. But I think even the Green Bay game, I mean, our offense was not great that game. I thought we defended fairly tough. And one of the things I like about our team, I think we're bigger than we have been. I think we have depth. And then, you know, at the point of attack, I think Drake and Ryan have been really, really good on the ball, on point guards, on a lot of really talented scorers. And then you look at Parker and Brooks and Carter and Ajani, and all of a sudden you have depth at the post where, you know, if you got the middle of the floor and guards and posts you can kind of handle, then you've got wings, and obviously we got guys, Kendall and Raheem and Ben and Dom, they've got their role as well. But I think we're getting better and better defensively. And some of that is we're physical, and I think we're deep, but I think some of it is just experience too, guys playing with one another for a few years now, and it's a different team. I mean, sometimes you watch us play. I don't think if we went 7 for 29 on threes 2 years ago, we're going to beat a team like that. And so that's a nice feeling. We're not shooting the ball maybe as efficiently as we have, but I think we have a number of really good shooters, and I love the fact that we're getting more threes up early in the season. I didn't think we were hunting shots, and so there's certainly a synergy between offense and defense, and I think we're getting better on both ends.
Coach, what did the team learn about themselves in that long road stretch before this game?
Well, you learn you like one another. The first thing on road trips, honestly, is we always talk about that recruiting. Like if we got 21, 22, 23 people traveling between coaches and players and athletic training staff, if you don't enjoy those people, it's going to be a long season. We got great guys in our culture. But I do think when you look at going to California, not once but twice, going to Green Bay, going to Michigan, we're going to go to Chicago, we're going to go back to, where am I forgetting, Milwaukee and Marquette. And these guys have final exams coming up. So there's, more than anything, you just see how guys operate on a daily basis, which is really fun to see them juggling school and basketball and having fun, which is a big part of the road trips. You know, they're just a joy to be around, and on the road trips, you get more time with them, whether it's film sessions, meals, and those are going to be memorable things. I mean, we're in this, we all are competitive and want to win, but the reason we're in this business is for student athletes to have great experiences. And so to get to do things like go to California a couple times or play the teams we're playing, or go Chicago where 4 of our players are from, or then go play Marquette, who's in the top 5 or 10 in the country. Like, I think those are opportunities they'll remember for a long time. We're very grateful to our administration for encouraging that kind of schedule.
What's the benefit of playing Carter and Ajani at the same time?
Yeah, I think it certainly is kind of foreshadowing what's to come in our program. I mean, those two played AAU basketball together, so one whole summer we were basically at every one of their games and watching them play, and they complement each other really well. And they're both versatile bigs, and they both can do a lot, but Carter obviously is the prolific scorer or shooter, and Ajani is so athletic and can do so many things defensively, rebounding, finishing around the basket, and they're really good friends. So I think there's certainly a bond between them from playing AAU ball together, living together, and just, you watch them pass. Tonight there was a beautiful high-low. We ended up getting a foul out of it in the second half, but you just, you see that they've played a lot together and they love playing together. I think they're both really unselfish bigs who have come a long way, and so it's exciting. I love being focused on this season, but when you look down the road at what the two of them can be like together, it's really exciting.
What did you tell the players when the score started to shrink there at the end?
Well, we don't have any magic plays. I mean, more than anything, I think it was a game where, they pressed, their physical. We were in the bonus, so a lot of it was taking care of the ball, being tough with the ball. And more than anything, to their credit, they were getting to the basket. And, it was talking about trying to build a wall, get back in transition. Don't let them get early paint touches. Where it becomes difficult is they start hitting threes, and so all of a sudden we're trying to take away the paint. They hit a bunch of threes, then we probably extended a little bit, and so they did a lot of really good things on offense. But I think more than anything in those huddles late in games is just trying to share that same belief and trust that I talked about earlier, to make sure that they know we feel the same way. I mean, I look at those guys, and if we're up 4 or 6 points, sometimes it's just reminding them we're in a really good spot here. We're up 6. We've got the ball. Here's the situation. Let's do this. And you're certainly working time scoring situation, but a lot of it is just keeping them focused. You can't think about we were up 18 the same way we were tied at the start of the game. It's really about what's right in front of us right now.
Tim Hill reaching the summit. Raheem, congrats. Big night for you. Career 1,500 points and just 23 points. I think 6 rebounds tonight. Just how's that feel for you?
It's a great moment. I'm kind of now reflecting on my first year as a basketball player in college when I was a freshman at St. Mary's, and now to be here, it's special to me.
Drake, last year you were trying to get into the rhythm of the things coming, being able to play halfway through the year. Now this year it's your full year. The two of you are new to the roster, and both of you have played instrumental parts this season. What's it like for you guys to really get that moment here in St. Paul?
Man, it's big. Obviously, like, my college route has been long and hard, but I've just trusted in my work, and JT and the coaching staff have had my back this entire time, and so this year has just been a blessing, and then getting to team up with Raheem, we're doing great things out there. I'm loving it.
Raheem, can you go through the process a little bit about going from Division III to Division I, your decision to going into the portal and all that stuff?
The process was kind of easy, but it wasn't. I kind of knew I wanted to leave after 4 years. I did what I had to do at St. Mary's. Blessed to have another year of basketball to play, and I entered the portal with a lot of schools interested, and I'm glad I chose the Tommies.
Tonight, you guys really got a big moment there at the end. Offense kind of stalled out, had to take a late shot as the clock was expiring. Raheem, you fly out of nowhere, tip it back to Drake. It's your turn up at the free throw line. What's going on in both of your heads in that moment there to try and close it out?
We're just trying to continue to get stops on defense, and then on all, we felt like we're playing a little bit stagnant. So when it's crunch time and it gets tight out there, we just got to get the ball moving a little bit more. But Raheem's a beast on the boards, and that tap out was huge. I think it was with 40 seconds left, something like that. So it was a tight game. We really needed that board, and he delivered.
Yeah, those are those heart drainer rebounds right there. Credit to Milwaukee for playing good defense for about 27 seconds. We shot a shot, and they all their shoulders just dropped once we tipped it back out, that they had to take another 30 seconds to play more defense. So yeah, those are winning plays.
Adam Mueller with Tommie Media. How does it feel to finally be back at home after a long stretch on the road?
It feels great. I think we've had at least 4 or 5 in a row on the road. But it's always nice, to get back home and be around a crowd that's actually cheering for you the whole time. So, I was just excited, feeling that energy again. So it was a fun time for sure.
Yeah, it's amazing. We spent a lot of our time in California. We played Cal Berkeley in California. Then we had a tournament there, and it's just been long. And like Drake said, teams not cheering for you, and it's we had to bring our own energy at some of those moments. But clearly, the Tommies brought their energy to Shonecker today.
I got a little trivia for you guys. The past 2 coaches at St. Thomas who've hit 250 wins had the future 250 win coach on their roster. Any of you guys have coaching aspirations?
That could be down the line. That would definitely be down the line.
I mean,
I love the coach.
who doesn't know what the future holds? We'll see. We'll see.
Raheem, first game, Division I, you took 1 shot and didn't score. What did you take out of that game? Because you've been different players since that time.
That was a big learning moment for me. I kind of had the jitters a little bit. I remember playing back in St. Paul about a year ago against Hamlin that same day, and then to be on the Pac-12 logo on the floor, it was just different. So, yeah, I kind of didn't just beat up on myself for only taking 1 shot, and I didn't play the minutes that I wanted to, but I knew we had to win. So I'm just for the team and whatever we have to do to win.
Kind of a unique schedule here. Drake, you being a local guy, getting a lot of playing time here in front of your family. They get to come see you. You guys will hit the road here, going back to your old stomping grounds. How excited are you about getting to play in front of your family? And then Drake, how it's been to get to play in front of your family since you've been here?
Yeah, it's just when I transferred, that was a big part of my decision. It's always nice being around family, being close to home, but I feel very loved at every game. I get a lot of people coming out to support me, so that's huge. And their support, every single game it helps me a lot.
Yeah, it's going to be great to be back home on Sunday against Chicago State. A lot of my friends and family don't get to come to a lot of my games because they were in Winona, but they came to some. But yeah, this one's going to be pretty packed with a lot of people from my family, so it'll be fun.
Plus, we got at least a couple more dudes from Chicago, so
Oh, yeah.
hopefully we can have a couple fans there.